What's up, guys? Welcome back to Crypto Weekly Review. Today we're going to talk about the bear case for Hex again. It looks like it's coming to fruition. How low will it go? And we also take a look at Bitcoin charts, Bitcoin dominance, and a little bit of Bitcoin on-chain news. So with that being said, let's buckle up and jump straight into it.
You big all sus, yeah. I just doubled up on crypto. I just doubled down on the new vest. Now my check looking like 2 checks. Type of money made me want a 2-step. Who next? This week I be on the moon next. Stock going up like 2x. That's a fast flip like suplex. Two really stepping like a duplex. You bet never lose change, but I do flex on it.
All right, let's jump straight into these charts. Bitcoin looking beautiful, but it definitely could cool down. As you can see, it is rejecting this top pivot as it should. This is how Bitcoin price action moves. It's at 58K. I think we could easily chop down to 53K, get everybody scared. Even on the daily chart, we could chop down to 51K, get everybody spooked out, gain support on the 21 exponential moving average, and boom, pop up through. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. When we are in a daily uptrend, we're above this line. We trade the 21 exponential moving average. As you can see, when it rejects, we are in a downtrend. So this is a very, very powerful move. I do expect it to cool off a little bit. Ethereum, not as strong as Bitcoin, but it's still holding the 21. It's in a daily uptrend. But let's take a look at Hex because that's what everyone's talking about. Hex is still in a downtrend, though this line was right here in my last video. We have extended it right here. It's still in this downwards channel. Look, it is kind of respecting this, so keep an eye on it. We are in a daily downtrend in Hex, and we are going to continue to go down. In fact, the selling hasn't started yet because if we look at staking, now this is hex.vision/staking, and as you can see, we are right here. We lived through this golden era. This is where we had that massive Hex pump. There was no expiries. Look at this. I mean, 2019, we got 2020 in April. There's nothing. Right now, we're finally getting into some expiries and people are selling, but this is nothing yet. Now look, this chart is going all the way out to 2036 here. The most expiries that Hex has in its history is right here during this 2021 Halloween. So get ready for some scary Halloween price action for Hex. I'm a little bit bearish on Hex, probably until December. Pulse chain is coming. People are going to want to scoop up Hex, and there should be some demand there, but we got to get through this. The major part of the selling isn't going to be over until December. We could be bearish all the way into summer of 2022. I know that's not what you want to hear, but this is the reality that most of these people are going to probably sell. A lot of them are going to stake, but most people are going to sell, and it's going to hurt. And let's take a look at the chart and see where we could find some buying opportunities. As you can see, it respects the pivots very well. We are in a daily downtrend. It's rejecting the 21 and dumping pretty hard, still in this downward channel. I think the next spot is 28 cents on the daily chart. In the short term, it is dumping hard. This red line right here is the 366 exponential moving average. This is literally the longest moving average and the last support. And on the 4-hour chart, it looks like it is gaining support here, is holding this downward channel somewhat. And it did actually touch this pivot at 32 cents. See, these things really, really do work. I think we're at our last, at 32 cents is going to be last support on the 4-hour. I think we're already there. So back to the daily chart, looking for places to buy. I mean, 28 cents if you're super bullish, but if you're not, like me, right around the 200 day, this yellow line is one of the most important lines, the 200 exponential moving average, and it is the long-term reliable support in it. And guess what? It's at 20 cents right next to this Fibonacci pivot. I think there's going to be strong reaction right here. I think this is going to be our dead cat bounce, and then we're going to go lower to 10 cents or to 1 cent. If you think I'm crazy, let's take a look at this chart again. Don't forget, around Halloween, we're talking about 2.5 plus 4 billion plus 7 million. We're talking about 10 billion Hex coming out from now until December. 10 billion Hex. At 30 cents, that's $3 billion. Look at the liquidity. It's about 60 million. There's not This could get dumped to zero easily. Look at yourself in the mirror. I know there's a lot of hype. Yes, I like Hex too. I'm 90% staked. You know, I only took 10% profits to try to buy this dip. I'm not buying a McLaren. I'm not buying a house. I'm just like you. I'm really bullish on this too, but we have to look at this. You might want to prepare your anus. We have to look at this and say, hey, there's a high probability that this is going to go down. There are no certainties. There are only probabilities in this life, and you have to play the probabilities. Let's say you're playing blackjack and you got an 18. Are you going to hit or are you going to stay? Like I said, here you go. You got 1.1 billion hex. That's $500 million coming off on 10/28. So right before Halloween. We are creeping up on this. We could have like a little bit of bounce right here in this area. Maybe someone else are going to try to pump it or something like that. But overall, be careful in this market. This is a crazy market and it will destroy you. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance over here on the weekly. It's looking like it's trying to get above the 21 exponential moving average and get into a weekly uptrend. In the daily, it's definitely already in an uptrend. Be careful with alts. Bitcoin may run into this ETF news and wreck everybody. Speaking of news and Bitcoin dominance, we got Bitcoin. The number of active entities moving on chain is way up. In fact, according to Glassnode, it's up 19% in November. We have CME futures aggregated open interest just hit an all-time high. Bitcoin is looking super bullish. It looks like it's about to steal the show. Meanwhile, the Bitcoin and ETH liquidity markets are maturing. As you can see, the ETH USD spot market's average daily order book depth. Top 100 bids and asks are spreading out, becoming less volatile, more stable, growing. US has overtaken China as the largest Bitcoin miner, and China really dropped the ball on this. They exited out of crypto and Bitcoin, and that's a huge mistake. They're oppressing their people, and we got to hope that that's not coming for us too. But for right now, the United States is on top of the world for mining. Let's take a look at the buy-sell ratio by categorization. Retail brokers buying, OTC brokers buying, funds buying, family offices buying. Crypto exchange plebes like me and you are selling for some reason. Maybe right now is not the time to sell. Maybe right now is the time to hodl because even banks are buying. Everybody's buying but the retail for some reason. Bitcoin versus the US dollar. Now the DXY, if you don't know, is a basket of Western currencies. It's not just the dollar, but it is an average of currencies. And look at this. It has actually become correlated, which I do believe that the dollar is going to become stronger. Why? Because I think the stock markets and the equity markets are going to go into a deflationary event. Everything's way overpriced. They're going to stop printing as much money. Right now they're printing like 130 billion a month. They're going to taper it down to 108 billion a month. I think we're going to see deflation in the markets. I think we're going to see a stronger dollar. The DXY is going to go up. When you sell equities, you sell it into the dollar. So if you're selling your stocks, the dollar is becoming stronger. Just like if you're selling ETH, Bitcoin is into Bitcoin, Bitcoin is being stronger. Anyways, guys, that's going to be about it for me for today. I'm super bullish on the market. I'm bullish on ETH. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. Make sure you're diversified. Be careful with Hex. I think it's midterm bearish. I think it's going to dump really hard. Be ready to buy that dip for Pulse Chain because it's going to be really sweet. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this content and you want to see some more, hit the like button and the subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.